You know, with conquest maps, there's a lot of the time that we just see the same thing over and over and over. One team gains overwhelming advantage over the other, and the other team just stops spawning in. They get discouraged, they do whatever. I don't know if this is because of the summer event or what. This battle was completely different. Now, Team 2 did have overwhelming advantage to begin with, and for a lot of the map. But there was something strange that really did happen in the map. Nobody went for the outflank and the spawn camp. Now, that's not the easiest to do on this map, but it's still doable completely. You know, there's plenty of spots to the north, to the south. Team 2's spawn is a little bit harder to spawn camp, but you can trap them in there. And that's something we don't normally like to talk about, but in a conquest map, that is a complete tactic, because if they can't get out of their spawn, if they can't reinforce their point, then you've obviously taken the point. Then you'll always have those 1 and 2s that'll go and try to take it. But in this, there was little to none that attempted that. Now, late game, yes, there's always those 1s, those 2s that go for it. But early game is usually when you would see something like that happen. Now on this map, the A point, where it is right here, is normally the C point in a domination map. But this point is kind of a pain to deal with, because there's so much line of sight blocking, there's different structures, and on this snow map it's really hard to see things because everything's white and gray and tanks are gray and it's just a mess. You would think that it would be easier to see, but it's not. Even with thermals, it can be a pain. So, you know, if you haven't played on the snow maps yet, it's just going to be an eye-opener for you. But this map also has a lot of places where people can sit and block and, you know, control access, which Team 2 is doing a great job of doing, especially pushing to that north. Now, Team 1 does have somebody from the south side, which is kind of odd that he got all the way around there, and now he's engaging the targets from the back, but it wasn't done well enough, and he ended up dying. He did do a decap, which that was critical. What he did right there was critical for the rest of the game and how it's going to play out. His death does not go in vain. What he did changed the entire course of the battle, because now Team 2 had to go back, gain that cap, and what it did was allow Team 1 the time to maneuver and take in some better positions to attack Team 2 as they're trying to reassess into these buildings here, because those buildings are really hard to fight in. And they do have A10 cover, and they finally do. Team 2 has their outflanker, their spawn camper late game coming in, and he's probably going to pick up 1 or 2. But at this point, Team 2 continued to push past that building area, and that's when they lost it, because they no longer had the cover. Instead of letting the other team push the corners, the edges, and take them out as they're coming through, they were the ones that aggressed. And from here, Team 2 goes from a complete, utter victory, like smashing, to complete and utter defeat. They're just going to completely bleed tickets here because they're just losing tanks. They don't have the cap. They have an A10. I think they had 2 A10s, but it's a done game. It's done. Oh yeah, there's the helicopter too. I forgot about that. So from here, I'm going to let this play out. You're going to see the 1s and the 2s from Team 2 spawning in. They do have a lot of anti-air sitting down there. They're not going to do much. They're just, you know, biding their time. Team 1 wasn't really in the mood to play aircraft. They were all about that cap, which is huge because, you know, if they would have gone aircraft, even 2 more players would have gone aircraft, it would have completely changed out the battle, and it would have been a Team 2 victory. Now, they do have the air, or the SPAA that did the outflank. You got to kill, but it's done. I hope you guys enjoy these. Like I said, we're going to be doing more content here on the YouTube channel other than War Thunder. We've got Oxygen Not Included. We're going to be doing some Lego builds. We've got all sorts of stuff. Rim World we're going to get into. Maybe Baldur's Gate. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you haven't checked out in the older videos, definitely go by and check out those battle reports and see what they're all about. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.